like to welcome Carol Metzger from Cancer Patient Services to our Chit Chat with John today. Thanks for being here, Carol.
Thanks for having me.
Carol, you guys have been one of our partners from the day it was the United Fund.
Yes.
And we got to celebrate your 70th anniversary.
It was fun to even plan that, to just go back and look through, the history of the agency and look at all the people that were passionate and are still passionate about the agency. We had a good time looking at the information.
It's kind of interesting, having not been involved with cancer in my family, to look back and see how long this has been going on.
And I think, the most interesting part is that the community recognized it was an issue and knew that they needed to support people even back then. And, when we went through the documents, we were looking at individuals and we had, people that would go to their homes and change their dressings and, do kind of more nurse activities. But the message through the whole thing that still is true today, and I think was really the most poignant to me, was they were just there to listen and talk and make them feel not so alone and, help with their stress. Yeah. So I think that's kind of amazing that through 70 years we've kept our mission really exactly the same thing.
And we've been a partner through it all.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. Yeah. So tell me, what was it that got you involved in Cancer Patient Services?
Personal. So I lost my husband in 2007 to pretty rare form of brain and spine cancer, and he actually battled it for 8 years, really long. It was a pretty aggressive disease and actually lived longer than they expected him to. And I had a conversation with my boss at the time, who had also lost his spouse, and it kind of went along the lines of, we've had this experience, we've learned all this stuff, it's too bad that, there isn't some way we can share this and help people, make their way through it, or maybe not make some of the mistakes we made. I had the opportunity to start looking for, another career path, decided that I was going to go back to school. I have a bachelor's and a master's in business, and decided to go back and get a social work degree, which is a little bipolar in this education system. But I decided to do that, and was thinking about going into hospice work. I had done some volunteering in that and really enjoyed that. And about 3 months into my social work program, the job at Cancer Patient Services became available, and it just couldn't be more perfect for me. It really, allows me to do some of the things that I'd been talking about. And then, a year after I started at Cancer Patient Services, I lost my mom to cancer. She had battled it 20 years prior, and then had come back. And so it was interesting then to, go through that experience with her after I was already working at Cancer Patient Services.
Well, it's a shame that was the reason you had to get involved, but at the same time, you bring a passion to this field, and you have done so many great things for Cancer Patient Services in the community that from a tragic scenario, you brought great things to this community.
And I tell a lot of people when they, say that, really for me, it's been a part of my grief and healing process that I can make good out of something that really was a pretty rotten situation. But it's been really good for me as well, personally. Good. So.
Well, let me ask you a question that's not quite so
deep,
personal or deep. Yeah, very good, very good. If you were on an island and you could only take 3 things, what would the 3 things be?
I'd probably say my phone, and that's kind of lame, but that would keep me connected to the rest of the world, and then I'd probably be okay. I would also probably want to make sure I had my bathing suit, because I love being at the lake. If you're following me on Facebook, you see all kinds of lake pictures during the summertime. And then I'd say I'd like to bring my son, but he's 15 and would probably not want to do that, so maybe I'd bring one of my dogs so we could have some companionship.
So what do you see are the most pressing needs for Cancer Patient Services here right now?
What we deal with probably most with individuals is insurance. And everybody can read in the newspapers and see the information on how complicated insurance is. But when you're sick and you're not feeling well and you get all these insurance bills, it is pretty complicated to navigate your way through. So really providing them support and kind of sometimes a little bit education, because if they've never been sick before and never had to really use their insurance, it's a little complicated. So that's probably from that side of it. And then in the related side to that is that it's also expensive. You know, we've seen insurance deductibles go from 500 to 1,000 up to 5,000 and 10,000. So really financial assistance is a big piece of it as well.
Well, it's interesting you should talk about the insurance, and then you mentioned the word navigator. That's the process you've begun in the last 2 years.
We actually were going on to 4 years. If
4
you can
years
believe
now?
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited. So it was something that you know, I really wanted to do. So myself and Joanne Reinhardt actually went and got certified through the Harold P. Freeman Patient Navigation Institute. And so we're both certified navigators, and Joanne is now able to be a full-time navigator for us. So she spends her time, you know, with her clients. She does the initial intakes and then follows up with them and, you know, kind of helps them make their way through whatever their issue is. And a lot of time, like I said, it's insurance related. Sometimes it's even getting insurance, like if they had been working and now maybe they're not doing as well and they're no longer to stay at work, then you have to convert to something else. So she spends a lot of time with insurance things. But, you know, a lot of it, and as we talked about even 70 years ago, sometimes it's just spending time with them and letting them vent and talk and, you know, kind of have that kind of third party ear and be able to say to us things that they may not be able to share with their family members because they're too close. So yeah, she spends a lot of one-on-one time, and it's kind of a family atmosphere, and we kind of joke because our receptionist said one day, she said, if I see one more scar today, so we have people lifting up clothes, showing us all kinds of things. So and actually I feel pretty blessed that they feel comfortable enough to do that in our office.
So tell me, what would I find in your refrigerator right now?
At home?
At home.
I have been doing Blue Apron, which is a mail order meal prep thing. So you would find a couple mail order recipes waiting to be made. And then a lot of chocolate milk, because my 15-year-old is obsessed with Kroger brand chocolate milk, and it has to be the Kroger brand because that's better than all other chocolate milk apparently. So you find that.
Well, I got to thank you for coming in today.
Well, thanks
it's been
for
really
having me.
exciting to have you here and to take a look back on what our
Has been
relationship
fun.
has been over the years, and look forward to many years to come.
Thanks.